Hello, makers and planner friends. I would like to just start this video by putting an APB out on sleep. Hadn't been a whole lot of that in recent months. And I'm tired. I'm real tired. We can get into why I've not been sleeping very well in a bit, but let's do August planner chat, hey? And journals, because I brought Stella to the party. Yes, I have named her. Her name is Stella. And I added this, which I have pulled off of 3 things now. It was in a bullet journal, and then it was on a planner, and then it was on another planner, and now it's on this brain dump journal, which is Stella. And because it's a brain dump journal, I can't really show you what's going on inside, but what I can tell you, I fucking love this thing. I am in it every day to some capacity. See, not a whole lot here. Other days, woo, so much brain dumping. Anyway, I fucking love this thing. It's not always convenient to write on this side when there's not very many pages here, but we figure it out. The size is perfect because what I do is I put a pillow on my lap when I'm on the couch and I'm just watching TV with Noxie, and I break this baby out and I can write right there on my lap because she ain't big. She little and chunky, and it's making me wildly happy. And I've been dealing with some things for the last month that have made having a brain dump journal an absolute necessity for me. My therapist will be very happy because I've had a lot of thoughts and feelings to process, some shit to sort through, and it's happening here in these pages that you will never see, because sometimes what I'm processing is some toxic shit that once processed, I could feel differently about. And, you know, that's my eyes only kind of shit. Like, if I'm going to say really horrible shit, no one else should see that. Yeah. And also, can I just tell you, I know a lot of you do morning pages where you're just like flowing, just getting stuff out of your brain. And sometimes that's toxic. Sometimes it's not. But I think everyone should have a brain dump journal, morning pages, whatever, a place where they can just purge shit. And it's not meant to be pretty. It's not meant to be shown on social media or any of that stuff. It's just a place to empty your brain a little bit, to clean up that mind palace. Even if it could be good stuff. It doesn't have to be toxic garbage. There can be good stuff too, making plans for your future and all the things. Because when I started this, I was like, look how chonky she is. I could get probably 5 years of happenings up in here, you know, before I brain dumped 50 pages immediately. But like, you can have much of your life in this one chunky girl. And sure, the paper is the shitty Tamoy, and I don't even care. I am so thrilled with this. And I'm tempted to buy another one. Just in case, for some reason, it's not an option in the future. I want to be able to have another one. So that when I feel this biatch, I can just boop right into the next one. Because she's so good. She's so good. Are there things I would change about it? Abso-freaking-lutely. Does she lay flat? Sure, she does not. She don't. Nope, she don't. But it's okay, because it's a journal I'm actively in. I can hold those pages open while I write. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever I think I don't like about it is manageable. If I had better quality Tamoy River paper, then I'd be the happiest little train wreck, brain dumping in her journal that ever did live. All right, that's Stella. I named her Stella because Stella's a great name, as well as, you know, what's the Streetcar Desire? I don't know, but you know, the movie where he's down, Stella! Because I feel like sometimes that's me when I need my brain dump journal. I need to get Stella's attention, and I need her to help me immediately. So next, moving on. Hopefully a little less weird, is my Hobonichi Weeks. If you've been following, you know that this is the one planner that I have managed to be in consistently. The only one. The only one. That's not to say that I'm very good about all of my graphs and charts. I've been pretty not great in August. You'll understand why in a minute. But considering the weeks is the one that I always dip out of pretty quickly in a year, for some reason, this one is going the distance, which, considering what I'm considering purchasing for 2026, I'm surprised that a weeks may not make the cut. So anyways, it's same as it ever was. We have my happenings for August. I try to put 4 happy moments over here. I try to track what YouTube videos I did, and now a couple Substack posts per month for now. That will probably end up being more at some point. I have this color-coded little chart for other things that happen. And then of course, when Noxie has daycare with his friends, birthdays, anniversaries, appointments, all those basic bitch things. When a book is coming out, Wednesdays, season 2, part 1. Things like that. And then you go over to the weeklies. And this started to fluctuate. I do an Alistair method sort of to-do thing up here. And then some things I think I want to batch cook, meal prep, whatever for the week. And then a little shopping list. And then over here, I use a lot of Coffee Monsters Co. tiny icons for things that happen in the day. I know I need to do a YouTube video this day. Some might think that's redundant if I'm trying to do one every Sunday. I don't need a sticker for it, but stickers, okay? Stickers. A bill due, a credit card bill due. I try to do certain things on certain days, and I just like to mark them. Puppy paw for daycare or vet. Home gym, as if that's happening right now. I'm always broken. Oh, and then I do a little meal plan thing here. Just dinners, what I think I'm gonna make for dinners. My dog and I keep getting sick. There's that. I had some sort of stomach virus bullshit. And then no wait, is that the same one? Oh, so in mid-July or something, I got violently ill, but I'm kind of still recovering because the last few days I've been sick again. Anyways, he had canine influenza, we think, because he goes to daycare, and some people are not responsible, or they just didn't know what was going on. He is actually vaccinated for canine influenza. That might have been what prevented him from getting super sick, but he was sick. Didn't fill this out. Suck it, anxiety, because you'll see I started having stuff happening that really sparked my anxiety and taught me that my new anxiety med is not foolproof. No, it is not. Samesies. Oh, this changed to chores that I wanted to make sure I got done. I know I could put that here, but I was not feeling good enough to figure out what I could eat every day, so that shifted. And then chores and some things I want to do before Sunday. Tomorrow, you'll see. Okay. And then we get to my August. Well, okay, let me just cut myself a touch of slack. Because I thought this was worse than what it is. Because I haven't, as you can see, I have not filled anything out. It's not that it's not happening. It's just that I haven't gotten in here to tend to this. But basically, I don't think I like having... So I used to put sleep, energy, anxiety, and mood all in one chart, but it got so, like, crowded. Oh, that's kind of cool. Anyways, I felt they were all kind of related. I wanted to see them on the same thing. Then I pulled them out. I started by pulling mood out here with stickers that represented 5 moods. Then I was like, well, what if I pull anxiety out too? So I pulled anxiety out. Woohoo! But I don't know, because now it's too hard to compare. Like, okay, I didn't sleep that night. Well, any of the nights really these days. Or it was super poor quality because, oh yeah, that's why. Anxiety brain all night. I think I at least want them on the same spread so that I can compare. So that might be changing for September. Any hoozles, that is, look at this. This gray dot is poor quality sleep. So even though I say I tried to sleep for 9 hours, chances are good there wasn't actually a whole heck of a lot of sleep happening. Look how good I did this day. Like, I killed it. I unalived the shit out of that day. Anyways, that's my weeks. And then, now, some of you know, this baddie got introduced in July. I have not decorated the cover yet, nor have I used half of the things available to me in here because I don't think I'm going to use this beyond this year, even though I can use it all the way to next summer. I don't think I am, because it's got the shitty Tomoe river paper in it. That feels wasteful. I get that. It feels real wasteful. I'm still thinking about it. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to use a B5 sterling ink. I am. I just might buy a January start next week. Whenever the shit she's finally releasing them. Don't get me started. How I have not yet seen a full video of all the offerings, I don't know, because we're supposed to decide if we're ordering Hobonichi or sterling ink like Sunday. And I don't have all my information yet, which I think is a bad idea. But anyways, my opinion doesn't matter. So I think I'm still going to get a B5 26 full year compact. I don't know, because she ain't showing me anything. Anyways, I think I am, unless I convince myself to stop being a gluttonous bitch and just use this one. Because look, I got all the pages through June. And it feels like I should just stay in here and save some money, because, y'all, my dog is expensive. My dog's real expensive, and I'm supposed to be paying off debt, and he just keeps going to the emergency vet, and there ain't nothing getting paid off. Nothing. So that's a decision I need to make in the next few weeks. Am I just going to stay in here and maybe next, whatever the shit, next May, June, I get to have a fresh planner because this one will be done. And that's fun. That feels fun. and get other planners for January. I don't know. I think what I'm trying to say is I don't know what the shit I'm doing. Forget it. Let's just look at this thing. So as I have stated, I'm not even using half of it because I have commitment issues. I feel like I need to just dive in because ain't nothing happening here. Didn't do the goal breakdown again. Haven't used any of this, which if you saw my unboxing, I was so excited about all the space and I'm not using it. Shocker. I haven't done anything here. Like, oh, maybe that's another reason I feel compelled to get a January start is that as I was testing this and deciding if I even liked it, I wasn't using all this stuff. And you know me and blank pages, blank spots and shit. Blank, blank. Will it be blank? No one knows. What is wrong with me? July and August. I haven't filled much of this out with cuteness. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Noxie is sick. Canine influenza. Day off. Now I'm sick again. My tracking my Substack posts and my YouTube videos. Same as in the weeks. I just usually, this is what I grab when an appointment is made or something, or a plan is made. And then once the month gets here, I will take this and fill this out. Because it feels more solidified at this point. Anywho. Okay. Cool. Now, I am still in love with this color combination. If you remember from the last one, I was like, I don't usually go for these bright fluorescent freaking colors, but this makes my heart happy every time I flip here. But here's what I started to do for you guys. We got us a little Tombow roll call over here. Whatever colors I am using, I will put over here a little swatch and the Tombow color number right here. So if you see a color that strikes your fancy or a color combination that makes your heart happy, here you go. Let me just boop it up. Is it even in the, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see and you can pick the colors. And then I put some money that I spent. Okay, all the devices are chiming in. So this one, I started with the colors and then I picked a washi that matched, but also I needed to tell myself what a badass that I am this week. I was really trying to kick in some better habits, so I needed to tell myself things like badass bitch energy and be a goal getter. Bet on yourself and work harder than ever before. You probably saw some of this in the last video because it's July, August. I was wondering if Knox had human-like, oh, come on. I was even wondering if Knox had like human-presenting allergies when he got sick because his nose was dripping. He was sneezing left and right. His eyes were all goopy. He was having a hard time. Tomorrow is the big day. Oh, that I was going to start committing to myself, etc. Started to re-watch the first season of Wednesday for like the 4th time. I don't even know. And so I put this part in there. If you hear me screaming bloody murder, there's a good chance I'm just enjoying myself. All right. Now this time I picked the washi first. Okay, hold on. This book is so big, she needs some space. So I picked the washi first from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I picked Tombow's that I felt matched it. Again, am I even in the screen? Yes, okay, love that for us. Oof. So here's the colors that I went with. I cannot see. There's the colors that I picked. Now this 062 is primarily, no, it is only used for my son, but I put it there. Sorry, that's rude. Here, I just started to take notes as the Hobonichi reveals were popping off. My last video is where I'm at with that. My wish list is extensive and probably embarrassing. But I haven't bought anything yet. We don't know what will happen. I keep talking myself out of most of it, but it also was painful. Anyways, I started to make notes about the things that appealed to me as they came out. Noxie and I were both having a tough night, sick and stuff. Okay, therapy on the 4th. I'm telling her that I'm still doing really good. Unfazed by my breakup. If you don't know, I broke up with my partner of almost 6.5 years on Independence Day. I know. Wait for it. Accomplice to the Villain came out. Vet drop off. Notes about my expensive effing dog. Love you, Noxie. I hit 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Y'all are 3,000 plus absolute legends. Oh, thank you to each and every one of you. And then this is when the drama started. Difficult, but not surprising, convo with the ex. Here's what I have to say about any of you that like to read what we write in our planners/journals. Enter at your own risk. I have no idea what I have said in here. Things have evolved and changed rapidly the last few weeks. I don't know what you'll be reading. I save a lot of the more explicit or toxic or whatever for the brain dump journal. But there's gonna be stuff, right? There's stuff. It's my memory keeping shit. Anyways, it's Wednesday. Wednesday season 2 is finally dropped. Read a little of Accomplice to the Villain with a side of Noxie Snugs. And even though this is day 6 of recommitting, this conversation had me emotionally eating. If you have disordered eating, I do not mean to trigger you. Same Z's. There was some emotional eating. And I knew, like, I should not do that thing. If I do, it would be emotional eating. I'm not hungry. I'm not whatever. I've probably had enough calories today and I don't need to do that thing. And then it became very, fuck it, I'm doing that thing. I had a void that needed filling, which is why we do such things. Struggle bus. Yeah. This cooler weather has been glorious because we were in the 70s. This whole week was just, well, not this part. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Okay. I got back to tracking everything again, even though there was emotional eating here. I got back to tracking all of the food intakes, which in and of itself can trigger disordered eating, but we're just going with it for now. Unfortunate levels of anxiety and overthinking. I can't shut my brain off. Ugh. Anyways, between my stomach and my anxiety, I just couldn't stay on track. So this was a day with all the things. I didn't want to track everything that I was eating because sometimes when my stomach is bad, y'all, I have so many issues presently. Sometimes when my stomach is bad, eating bread seems like the only logical solution for the day. And that's what I did. And I wasn't about to track like 5 pieces of bread throughout the day. And I said, fuck it. See, I said, fuck this. And I just couldn't be bothered. I didn't feel well. My anxiety was a thing. Whatever. the TCMC birthday sale that I annihilated. My first official Substack post. Editing videos. Awake all night with spiraling thoughts. Back to bed with knocks until I did a spontaneous daycare drop-off. Not today anxiety. Squid Games and Snugs. So, here I picked this very fitting washi and tried to pick colors that matched this. Here is the Tombow roll call. So here's the thing. It was a roller coaster week of good and bad and what the fuck conversations with my ex. That is what has been going on. Left-handers day, because we all need a little more lefty love in this world. I miss how easy this breakup was for the first month. Fuck anxiety. Him, you're my kryptonite. You're the sanest crazy person I've ever known. I found it funny. I decided to bust out some witchy tactics to deal with all of my high-level anxiety and emotions and shit. More bullshit conversations. I still hate my brain. Asked more questions even though I knew the answers and that I wouldn't like those answers. So here's the deal. Let me turn this page because I don't like it. Maybe I should save this for after. Okay. Once we get through my pages, which will be any minute now, I will talk about what's going on with my ex and explain that whole bit of tea for anyone that wants to listen to it. I will do that after we get through these pages so that anyone that doesn't care to know anything about it can dip. Cool? Let's go. Here I was like, let's have a better week. And then, nope, not having a better week. Our Lord and Savior, baby Groot, it's hot. I said this to him, and this relates to why the breakup originally happened. It wasn't the entire reason, but you have a habit of talking to me about hard things with about as much sensitivity as an ICE agent. He just comes in with, you get me. We had an almost 4-hour conversation last night, almost 3 hours after work, and 1.5 hours before bed. Like, it's consumed the month of August at this point. Confusing. What the fuck are we doing? Note, I am totally in love with my 1,000-page brain dump journal. We are basically best friends. I started 75 soft, which should have been easy except for all the drama, and that's already done. Whatever. I got my herded, got me a little glow up, went back to red, took a 2-hour nap, and now I'm groggy AF. Okay, get this, y'all. Get this. I went and got my hair did. Yes, it was expensive. And then I walked across the little spot, and I went to Barnes & Noble and spent some money there. And then I went to get some Tirani coffee syrup. And then, last stop, let's put some gas in this little car. And my card wouldn't work. Same card I'd been using for all these activities, my card would no longer work at the gas station. So I gave a different card, and I jumped on the app, and I saw that my card had been restricted for suspicious activity. Here's what I think. I think my bank was like, this can't possibly be her treating herself to a wee glow up. She doesn't do that. She doesn't know. This can't be her. It was me, bitches. I was trying to feel better. So I had to, like, within the app, be like, yes, these are all me. Could you give me my fucking card back? Anyways, there's a little nod from whoever that I should take better care of myself and treat myself to some self-care periodically. Noted. Already made another appointment. What else? I binged on the Netflix show Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, because I remember that happening when I was, in high school? Is that when that happened? I don't know. But I never paid close enough attention, and everybody's been freaking talking about these guys recently, especially all you little Gen Zers who think they should go free. So I was like, I'll bite, and I watched that, like, all day. All day. And then I said, that's some sketchy shit, is what I said. That was my opinion. I'm gonna need fall weather to arrive early, like immediately. Another Substack post. Boys are dumb, that is all. See brain dump journal. My sister was here for a spell. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I can't stop comparing. Don't do it, guys. Don't compare. Little dude is on one the last couple days. Thank fuck for daycare days. He was a lot. He's been a lot. Now, this is this week. I can tell you that I'm just going to put how I watched Sinners last night, you guys. I didn't get the memo. I did not get the memo that it was, I don't think this is a spoiler, that it's a vampire movie. I feel like I should have known that going in. Especially since it's been out for a while. But no, I did not. I did not. Okay, I'm just going to apologize for whenever this is off screen. Okay. I had a 4-day week. So yesterday I had off. This is today. Okay, your attention, please. There are 4 more weeks until fall. Therefore, it is perfectly acceptable to break out all fall decor. That is all. Get it. I don't even care if you decorate for Halloween right now. They have Christmas shit in some of those stores. That is absurd. That is absurd. I'm trying so hard to be understanding and open-minded, trying to access complicated feelings and to communicate them. Grr. So I took Noxie to daycare and picked him up to go to the vet because we had to recheck his ears. He has been having a very persistent ear infection. Grr, he still has it. We've been doing this since June. Like, beginning of June. Well, that we've been treating it. I don't know how long he had it, but... And it's still not gone. But it is so freaking minimal that at this point, she told me, you don't need to buy more medicine. Just use the medicated air cleaner that you've already got. Do that every day for another 14 days, and then we're just going to call it. You do not need to come in here and pay another $53 to test it. We're just going to call it. And then keep an eye out for any signs that it's coming back. And also watch for X, Y, and Z, because maybe he has some sort of allergy that is making this a persistent thing. So, love this dog. No, literally, I love him now. I didn't at first. Don't judge me. He's a lot. But I love him now. Only... so expensive. He's so expensive. And because he's so goddamn expensive... Suck it up, Buttercup. I cut back his fancy freaking food that costs me like $160 a month, plus all the other fancy ass food and treats that I add to it. Sorry, pal. I cut that in half because I still want him to have the high quality, not processed, good shit so that he lives longer than fucking 10 years. I'm very worked up today. And once I get all of this paid off, maybe we'll up that again. Or maybe we won't. You don't know. Yeah. I think I'll watch Wednesday on Thursday, which is my Friday. I don't know why I was so proud of this sentence, but it made me giggle quite a lot when I said it. I got some Coffee Monsters Co. stuff. It's my Friday. Started not feeling good again. Still whittling down my Hobonichi wish list. What the fuck? My stomach is going rogue again. Barely slept. So glad I had today off. Trying to be productive even though my tummy is screaming at me. I made pizza dough just in case I could eat it. Just in case. And I got to eat it. I try to make my own stuff at home more often because it's obscene is what it is. It's obscene how expensive fast food has gotten when it's not even good. It's not even good. So I make my own ice cream at home, unless I'm craving a specific fancy flavor like a Ben & Jerry's, and I'm just not going to bother trying to recreate. And I make my own pizza most of the time. Because I wasn't feeling good, I didn't really do my Wednesday watch. So I did that on Friday. And then, dun dun dun. So back when the drama started popping off, the 6th, I told my ex that I was going to be someplace on the 31st of August, and that if he wanted to be there too, that I would be okay with that, because he and I did say we were going to try to be friends. To whatever level basically I could handle. Okay, one moment please. Hold that thought. Let's just go over these back pages so that people can dip out that don't want to know about the drama. Okay, you guys saw that. Here's some stuff that I have some other things to add, but whatever. Snarky shit I said to my ex, part 1. I'm obviously in my I deserve better era. Well, good news for you. Morally gray characters have really gained popularity since Book Talk blew up, so you should be just fine. That was really rude. You have all the sensitivity of U.S. Border Patrol. Silly shit I say to my dog, part 1. Congratulations on your elite status as most handsome boy in all the land. This is a frequent flyer. I say that to him often. And then I said, you keep racking up these vet bills, friend, and we're going to need to start an OnlyPause account. This fucking dog. And then I started to collect some ephemera. So I am not even using these pages right now. To be fair, I'm journaling so much in Stella that I just can't. We'll figure it out. We'll find some balance. Tell me. Okay, here's a question before we go to drama. If you had a planner that was making you largely very happy and you still had a whole year to use it, but it had the shit paper, it's not too bad, right? It's not too bad. Some places are worse than others, but we're getting by, right? We're doing the stuff and we're doing the things. Would you, between the bad paper and the fact that you didn't use beginning whatevers, would you get a January start? Or would you continue to use this one for the long haul? Tell me in the comments of the thing. Okay, let's cut to drama, shall we? Because I feel like y'all are my besties. Y'all are my besties. Let's share the shit. And then you all can start a pool on whether or not you think he and I will get back together and just how long it will take. Because Spoiler alert, this wasn't our first breakup. Anyway, beside the point. Okay, so I told old boy, you can meet me here if you want, because we're trying to be friends. And this is very much a thing we would do previously, catch a movie, have some lunch, maybe get some ice cream, and go to the bookstore, things like that at this place. Now, he is very much my best friend, or was, or whatever. You know, you get me. I probably stayed in the relationship because he's my best friend. Things got rocky. Mistakes were made. We didn't take time to heal. I didn't take time to heal or have my own space to sort through my thoughts and feelings and decide what I truly wanted back in the day. We just fell back into a relationship because we were hanging out all the time anyway. It was not very different. And we just kind of fell back into this relationship. Cut to, my dog dies. I was not doing well at all. I was not lifing life. I didn't care about anything or anyone. I was having a very hard time, and then I got on anxiety medication, and it only got worse. So I was not a good partner. I was not invested in continuing to try to fix what was previously going wrong and still sketchy. Sketchy is not the good word. We hadn't adequately fixed things. So when I started adding on grief and an anxiety med that made me a zombie and all the things, perimenopause, we were tanking real hard. Best friends or not, this was, woo! And we just kept hanging on by a thread. So when he shows up on Independence Day, the 4th of July, and he pretty quickly starts having this conversation with me about how his lease is coming due to renew or whatever, and he doesn't really want to live there anymore, and it's too expensive to live in Oregon, the Portland area, and he needs to make some serious changes and life choices because he has goals of buying a house all of a sudden and living with his partner and XYZ, whatever, his goals, his timeline. Get in line. I was like, come again. Say what now? And he had the gall to say that he's just going to have to move to live with family to save money to buy a house, and the cost of living is so much cheaper, and blah, blah, blah. And the casual way with which he said it, again, all the sensitivity of U.S. Border Patrol, I was like, I think I'm done. That doesn't feel like you love me at all. Because when he's casually talked about moving somewhere, it never sounded like it included me. And the way that he was talking about it now was like, okay, so what you're saying is that you think you need to move to where the cost of living is significantly lower, save a bunch of money, possibly by living with family, and that means we're done. And the way that he spoke about it, I just #noped right out of there. Between how it had been going and how I was barely humaning at that moment, I just was like, I don't think you can love me the way that I deserve. And I don't think you can incorporate me into your life, or that you even want to. Something like that. Because for quite a long while, I was talking about like, hey, these things need to change. I want a real partnership here. Because he's asked every fucking time his lease is coming due, he goes into a panic mode about what is he gonna do? Do we want to cohabitate? I'm like, okay, your approach needs some refinement, bro. Because you're making it sound like you want to live with me as some sort of business transaction, not I fucking adore you, let's do life. Any hoozles, our communication skills need work. So at that point, I just was like, I'm tapping out. I am trying to navigate some really hard feelings. And right now it sounds like my partner of 6.5 years barely even likes me right now. And that doesn't seem cool. That is why the breakup happened. It wasn't like some grand event. It wasn't some big fight. It was just like, how are you talking to me like this right now? I am not emotionally capable of dealing with it in this moment because of all of the other shit I was dealing with. You get me. Sometimes you just don't have the spoons to deal with any new information, especially when it's presented horribly. Okay, so for the whole next month, basically all of July, I was fine. I was like, oh God, look at that. Every minute of my life is my own. I'm not trying to schedule when we're gonna hang out. I'm not trying to figure out all of these high level adulting partner whatever things. If I don't want to do anything every weekend, I don't have to. And boys are gross and often annoying, and I don't have to deal with any of that. And no gross boy is gonna be trashing shit and leaving stuff around my house, and I don't have to clean up after anybody but my dog. And that's cool because he doesn't have thumbs. And I just was like feeling so free. And like all of this pressure had been lifted from me because the things that went wrong back in the day were still weighing heavily on me. My inability to fully process all of that and heal and feel connected and close to him again, it just put a lot of pressure on me, self-induced pressure on me. And so that was not helpful. And as soon as he walked out that door, I was like, oh, ladies, it was like coming home from a long day and taking your bra off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. It was just like, woo! Okay. Well, then August comes, and all of these conversations start, saying things to each other that we should have said ages ago. I'm getting my time to process and heal from past shit. And God damn it, I started to miss him in ways that were unexpected. Like, I was to the point that I wasn't ever missing him when he was gone. I started to especially miss like our good times, our friendship, like we could have an errand day and have the best time. We mesh on so many levels. I started to miss all of that. We started to have all these difficult conversations where we're saying things we should have said ages ago. We're having time to process, to heal, to really figure out like, okay, hold on. Life isn't actually better without him in it. What the fuck? And just all that crap that I went from like, yeah, this is cool. Single is all right. I forgot how good single can be because I've never been one of those people who has to be in a relationship. Yeah. So, waiting until Sunday has been quite hard, but I set a boundary and I stuck to it. Very proud of myself because I know that if I would have said, hey, how about you come over here and we'll have some of these conversations, he would have been here in a hot second. I did not do that. I am sticking to this. I can do it. Because I've told him I cannot make any decisions on if we are going to get back together that I won't make any decisions about that for quite a while. That right now, we're going to do this. And I'm going to see how that feels. And then we can have conversations afterward about how that felt. And we can move forward from there, one way or another, whether that's us trying to be friends or trying to do better as an us of some sort. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my whole family has a pool going for how long it'll take before we're back together. Anyways, that's the tea. Because y'all can see my whole life splayed out here for you. Splayed out. And I figure you'd like some explanations. Because if I've gone from I broke up and I'm single to massive levels of anxiety and conversations surrounding a boy, however that plays out, you're gonna be here for it. You're gonna be here for it. So there's that. That's what's going on in my world. So much shit. Here's what I said to him. I want magic or nothing. I don't want to get back together and have it be still not fully fixed. I don't want to get back together unless he manages to make me fall in love with him again. Because I fell out of love with him. That was part of the problem. I want magic or nothing. I want effort. I want follow through. That's been a big problem. He makes the promises. He doesn't follow through. So even right now, he's making all these promises. I need proof of life. I'm going to need to see that he can do the things for a good stretch of time. Or peace out, buddy. Peace out. Magic or nothing. I think I'll be writing that right here. Right here. Anyways, so this is going to happen. And when we have a September planner chat, who knows what this is going to hold. Like, look at how... Tomoe, get it together. I can't tolerate this shit. That's all I got, guys. I'm sleep deprived, and there's a lot of drama and anxiety happening presently, but it's going to sort itself out one way or another. One way or another. It's been a lot. Like, we haven't been a couple that talks on the phone a lot, and that has been a lot. There's been a lot of phone calls. A 4-hour phone call? I haven't done that shit since I was like in my 20s. Too old for that shit. Whatever, as long as it's productive. So that's what's in my brain dump journal. Sorting through all of that stuff. Okay. Will she or won't she buy a January start? Oh, it seems so wasteful if I don't use this. All right, y'all. These are what I'm using faithfully. And then a Leuchtturm that I just do my rapid logging to-do lists in. That's all I got. One more question for those that stayed for the tea. If you have broken up with a long-term partner and tried to remain friends, how did that go? Were you able to maintain that friendship, or was it just too god-dang dramatic? And like, you know what I mean? Is that possible? Oh, he's my best friend. Guys. And when I geek out about this shit, he thinks I'm adorable. He thinks I'm abso-freaking-lutely adorable. And I know he doesn't care about using a planner, but dang it, every Christmas he wants one. Just so we have this thing. I know he don't care, but gosh darn it, he wants them. And he tries, bless him. He tries. Right now he's in a sterling ink daily dated or whatever it is. A5. Yeah, that's what I got him for Christmas last year. He's like, I'm going to be hard pressed to find another man who can let me geek out entirely, get fully weird about notebooks, and think I'm fucking cute. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm going to calm down. My next video, I think it'll either be like setting up September, which I've never done one of those before, or... No, it'll probably be that, because Hobonichi wouldn't be here by the next video. And then it will be a Hobonichi unboxing, I guess. Depends on when they deliver. Okay, no, I'm really going this time. So have a fantastic upcoming week, and go out and make memories worth keeping.